Grosskamp. We are underway, looking for a good start out of Matsukura this time. Around. Gets through the boot cleanly. Volker with a little bit of a bobble. Reinhardt moves to third. Quello to the fourth spot. And Matsukura trying to make a break for it. He has already opened up a gap on Volker and Reinhardt down the back straight into the keyhole through the boot.
A little bit more what we thought the start to A1 would look like here. The top four drivers getting through cleanly. Now to Matsukura starting to stretch out a little bit from teammate Ronald Volker. And Mark Reinhardt making the early pass on Bruno Quello.
Quello not willing to sit there in fourth, though. He got right up underneath the rear wing of Reinhardt. What a pass by Quello.
Incredible.
Just throws the car in there and gets by cleanly.
Dive bomb under braking. Quello getting by and wanting to move back toward the front. We saw in MA number 1, his car seemed to get better as the race went on, as everyone else's cars starting to fall away. And let's see now if Bruno Quello can track down the Yokomo teammates ahead of him.
Yokomo 1 and 2 looks like they've made adjustments to the cars that are working. The top two, Matsukura and Volker, getting clean starts without mistakes. Reinhardt to the inside of Quello. Quello right back after him.
Incredible race here for the third spot. And while Quello and Reinhardt are battling back and forth, that's going to allow Matsukura and Volker to get away. We see Volker's got about 4 seconds back to, just about 1.1 seconds back to Bruno Quello in the third spot. And Matsukura already 1.1 seconds up on Ronald Volker.
We focus on the fight for third between Quello, Reinhardt, and Hara.
Wow,
big scrum at the line.
There.
Quello emerges.
Quello made the mistake first, and then Reinhardt and Hara got together. Quello able to recover fast enough to get back out to the third spot, but unfortunately, it looks like Matsukura and Volker might be a little bit out of touch here unless something happens.
Yep, he's going to need some help to get back to the front here as we follow A-Main 1 winner Bruno Quello from Portugal. Trying to track down Matsukura and Volker, who have run off into the distance. He was 3.3 seconds back of Volker after 7 laps. Here is now a battle for the lead between teammates Matsukura and Volker. They're down the back straightaway through the sweeper into the infield.
Less than a half a second separating the teammates last time by the line. Both of those drivers, of course, motivated to get a cleaner start this time and let the two of them battle it out for the win instead of both trying to play catch up.
Yep.
Heading to the left side of the track and onto the back straightaway. Matsukura gets a great run onto the back straight. But here comes Volker. Volker's car has been better through this section of the track all week long.
Volker shadows his teammate. Their orders: run clean, win the race, don't take each other out. They're doing that thus far. And Volker trying to find somewhere to pass Matsukura and also hoping for a possible mistake from the Japanese driver.
Just past the 3-minute mark, less than 2 minutes left to go. And we see Matsukura getting a better run onto the straightaway than Volker did last lap, but it was able to keep the lead and grow it through the right side of the track. This time they were over a half a second apart at the line.
Matsukura, multiple-time 12 scale world champion. Volker has owned the ETS racing series in Europe for years. It does not have his own world title to his name yet, although he certainly has the talent to do so. Trying to find somewhere to pass Matsukura to improve his chances of a world title this afternoon.
Nearly identical lap times last time by the line. They're going to be coming up on traffic. In the World Championships, these drivers know what to do when faster cars come up on them. And the IFMAR officials will be looking at this closely to make sure the drivers get out of the way and don't interrupt the proceedings happening on the track up in the front of the pack. Still, can upset their rhythm as we see Hara pull out of the way for his two Yokomo teammates. Just got to make sure that the leaders get through there without having to make an evasive maneuver and throw off their concentration.
Matsukura making a break for it. He's starting to break contact with Volker. 40 seconds left to go. In this one. It's been a relatively quiet trip so far for Naoto Matsukura. Has had Folker on his tail. At various points through the main, but he is starting to gap his Yokomo teammate and looking to put his stamp on A-main number 2 with 20 seconds left to go.
You see over a second lead now for Matsukura, with Coelho another 4 seconds further back. So the top 3 is stretched out a little bit at this point as we head into the winding lap. Naoto Matsukura and Volker should make it by for one more, but Bruno Coelho will be caught at the line. Coelho's best shot here is third.
Matsukura, the yellow and white in lap traffic, coming through the switch back onto the straightaway. Master clock has expired. Coelho is done. It's now Matsukura's race to lose. He has broken contact with Folker through the short chute one more time around the Omega, and Naoto Matsukura wins A-main number 2. The final championship will go to A-main number 3. Matsukura wins. Ronald Folker finishes second. Bruno Coelho in the third spot. Alexander Hagberg with a great drive to finish fourth after starting 8th on the grid. Yilis Grosskamp also an excellent drive to finish 5th. Victor Wilk in the 6th spot, Mean V in 7th. Akio Subue 8th, Mark Reinhardt 9th, and at Tsushihara. Racy early on will finish 10th. Aaron Waldron on his way down to the pits to get us some J-Concepts pit reports. We will have those shortly. We head to the VRC Pro Track Cam, looking over the facility from the driver's stand. Coverage continues with the support